Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Another big difference between this game and OG Friends of Mineral Town is, in OG Friends of Mineral Town, you have to mash through text using the, you can use the D-pad and directional pad to mash through text. However, in this game, you can just hold down B, which is fantastic. Mayor Thomas has got a much bigger hat in this one. Like most Mineral Town games, we have this cutscene where, you know, we visited our grandpa's farm, grew up here. It's so interesting. But yeah, the cinematic for this one is a lot shorter. That right there is probably the hardest menu in the game. Unlike a lot of the other Harvest Moon games, we actually don't have to forage or anything. We just need to trigger 2 days of rain. I might be dropping. I noticed after I changed my bitrate, it's been a little more sporadic, and I don't know why. Alright, good. We got 2 days of rain. That's kind of the only RNG that we can manipulate it, but it's better to just reset. So what I'm doing here is I'm sleeping for the first 16 days of the game. We were hoping for 2 days of rain. We got it. The 2 days of rain will allow the turnips that the game gave us on easy mode to grow all the way. And then we're going to sell them and use that money to gamble. What we're looking for here is 1 2-star turnip that'll allow us to skip picking up grapes. Ah, we got one. Nice. So normally you need like slightly more gold than the 18 turnips will give you, but a 2-star turnip will do that. We actually got 2. It's another nice little quality of life update is that you can just empty your inventory into it. Also, you have an inventory. You don't just have 3 slots, you have 8 slots, items stack. It's overall a lot of quality of life changes. You just get the turnips on easy, and they sell for enough on easy. If we were to grow those same amount of turnips on normal difficulty, they wouldn't sell for this much. Now we're gonna wait around. Some other really nice quality of life stuff is you can moonwalk now. So the future's now, really. Hey, thanks for the good luck, G Hines. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's why Easy's so godlike. Everything sells for so much more. We can get significantly less brooches. Also, we have 8 directions as opposed to the Game Boy Advance one. The horse race opens up at 10, so we'll be going in and hopefully getting a multiplier of times 11 or higher. This is the heaviest RNG part of the run. It's pretty brutal. Sleep for 2 weeks and immediately gaming all your money. Oops. So we're gonna make a save here, that way in case I get a bad horse race we can reset. The first horse race out of the 3 will always be the same. but the second two we can change. Oh, fantastic. We got a perfect horse race. Which is really funny because I spent an hour or like 45 minutes right before I started running to make a backup save just in case we got bad horse race RNG, but it looks like we got perfect horse race. This is actually better horse race than I think my world record is on this run. It's the marathon luck. And Crow were just talking about that. But yeah, if you guys ever tune into my normal stream when I'm running this, you hear that horse noise about 1,500 times a day. Yeah, I mean, technically this is world record pace. Actually, we're ahead because when we were practicing it, we tried to pass out to save time on the next day, and that wasted about a minute and a half. Ooh. There we go. Now, normally in the runs for this game, we'll be sleeping through the 19th, but we actually can't today. We need to do some weird stuff for Rick's run. As opposed to OG Friends of Mineral Town that has 4 hard events, each bachelor in this game has 6. And one of Rick's new ones requires you to be friends with his mom and with Potpourri. There it is. Let's get one more to be safe. We got time anyway. What I'm doing here is getting bluegrass because today is Lilia. It's Potpourri and Rick's mother's birthday. I'm always terrible with her name. There it is. Perfect. He is. He's a mama's boy for sure. But today's her birthday, so we need both of them to be to 5 notes, quote unquote, which is how friendship value is determined in this game. 5 or 6 to 6, because it needs to be at 150. I don't know if you guys noticed, but also in this game, we have a display of our stamina and our fatigue. Fatigue is the icon there all the way on the left, and then your stamina is in numeric value, which is fantastic. We're just going to be waiting around until 11. Hopefully we can enter the house early and not trigger Rick's event. That would be ideal. So we can trigger it later when I want the affection better. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted from a remake. With somebody with an obscene amount of hours and Friends of Mineral Town OG, SoSFoMT is just, it's perfect. You're gonna give me a recipe here too? Oh, she didn't. Surprising. We're up to 3. Okay. That'll be alright. 3 friendship off the back is really nice. Okay, so now you're gonna see the fruits of our labor in that horse race. All of the brooches sold today, so it gives us 116k. He's a little low on friendship, I'll try to get one more just in case. It's a level up of the sickle. There it is. Hopefully we'll be able to see a lot of the town folk that you guys have hopefully grown up with. It's nice seeing all their new character models and stuff. Like, that's Harris. Yeah, the ability to have so many slots in your inventory and also have item stacks really makes this game super nice. It's like Harvest Moon DS with its inventory. We can meet Rick. Not gonna kill us. Rick's run is a little different from a lot of the other runs. We're not gonna be buying chocolate and wrapping chocolate. Yeah, that little pond was not there. They also added a bunch of new areas, or a couple new areas. I will be sure to show you guys. There's no basket in this game either because the inventory is so large. So I had to meet Jeff there. I have to meet Basil also for a new event that's added to the game. So we're just waiting for Mary to leave so I can meet Basil. Yeah, so they added a connection between this and the other part of the map. It's super nice. There's new fish that spawn there as well. They also connected the Goddess Pond area and the Kappa Lake. I can show you guys that also. This is for you. There it is. We'll be buying a chicken. Rick's favorite item is spa boiled eggs. So we'll kind of be able to use that. So let's just do this. The ability to buy more than 99 wood at a time is different as well. We need 750 and 300 to be able to buy both house upgrades. So we're just going to buy both of those mats right now and then I'll give you guys a quick peek. I guess we're going to see Jennifer. Jennifer is one of the new bachelorettes. We're going to be marrying her later today at 3:45, around there. She lives in a tent. But yeah, so they added a staircase here. And I essentially made the two loading zones into one. There's the other bachelor, the new bachelor, Brandon. Good morning. Carry on. We're gonna put all this wood away. We got some other cool stuff here, like the cow outfit, the reindeer outfit. We're gonna be wearing the black hoodie though. That's just what I speed run in. And then let's go make this a little easier for us. You can't actually pick up animals in this one like you could in Friends of Mineral Town. So you don't bring them outside. You ring this bell and they come out. However, no dogs attack in this one either. Animals can't get sick or die in this version. That's just how it is. Yeah, animals don't get sick. It's pretty straightforward with it. I just ring the bell every day that it's sunny. We're just gonna be collecting eggs for now. So the reason I always hesitate on festival days is because in like 90% of the other marriage routes in this, if it's red, go to bed for the date. So we're just gonna collect the egg today. We're not even gonna feed the chicken. They auto feed when they're outside, but feeding them fodder takes too much time, so we kind of just skip days where it rains. Oh, there's no point in doing today either. Just to finish to the first house upgrade. That's what that text box says there. Yeah, animals are super easy to take care of. They never die. There's no death cinematic for animals in this one either. However, the way their affection works is generational, so like this chicken can only have like a maximum of 3 hearts, I believe, and then if I were to incubate an egg from this chicken, it would have 4 hearts, and then an egg from that chicken, it could have a maximum of 5 hearts, all the way up to 10. It would be really nice if we could get the affection a lot higher, because for every 2 hearts a chicken has in this game, Rick and Potpourri gain 2,500 affection. That actually works in the original as well. And we're just kind of grinding away here. Tomorrow is the beach festival, Summer 1. We will not be attending, spoiler. This game is like a really, really nice run though. It's a really good speed game. It used to have some pretty significant glitches. A lot of them are patched, sadly. There's still some I can show you though at the end. Did not save scum, we got lucky. So tomorrow's Potpourri's birthday, which is important to getting her affection really high. So tomorrow we're going to hard boil, or we're going to spa boil all our eggs, go wrap them, get a new backpack, house upgrade 2, stuff like that. But yeah, everything is just so nice. Like, I don't have to spa boil eggs one at a time. This game also features a new mechanic called dating, and we'll get to that once Rick hits Greenheart. And you'll need a whole new item to propose dating to them and stuff like that. There's Rick right now. If you're familiar with OG Friends of Mineral Town, you'll also notice we don't buy anything at the tables, we buy everything at Jeff. Actually, don't think I need that many. I think I only need 5. Rather be safe than sorry, though. The chocolates are for potpourri. Rick's birthday falls on fall 27, which we'll most likely see. All the artwork's redone as well for the text boxes. It all looks super cute. Nice Sabara. Gray doesn't wear his hat in this one though. Kinda disappointing. I'm gonna take a quick sec to check their affection levels. 4-4. Perfect. Yeah, we might have to get an extra blue grass. Oh, big of the devil. That's the worst part of the remake. And if that's the worst part, pretty good remake. Rick's got a pretty quick run because we don't have to wait for him outside, because he is outside before we even are. So essentially, right now, as this route is written, we swap between getting eggs and giving eggs. Eventually this route will just be get all of the eggs, give all of the eggs, but it's not quite there yet. That's Rick asking if you want to participate in the chicken festival. I don't. Spoiler. It's difficult. Yeah, I'm not really sure. From my end, it seems alright. I mean, I did drop my bitrate, and it has been freaking out in my tests, but But yeah, this is kind of your, it is still chicken wrestling. Just a bit of a stutter every once in a while. That's good. Yeah, I apologize for that. Whoops. There are no dates we have to save scum for anymore, which is nice. Speak of the devil, I wonder if we'll get a power outage this run. So that was a storm there. Can't go outside during a storm at all. The game just doesn't let you do anything. You just have to go back to sleep, miss that day entirely. The same goes for OG Friends of Mineral Town. However, in this one, you have a chance that your power will go out. And that wastes anywhere between like 15 seconds to like a whole minute. It's just RNG though. Oh, it's storming again. Storming again, wow. Brick is also available every single day. A lot of the bachelors and bachelorettes are not available every day. Like, Potpourri, we just skip Sundays in general. Anne's not available when it rains. Stuff like that. Mary's not available ever in the history of this game. I'm just checking just checking Rick's affection. You should actually be Purple Heart today. If we're doing everything correctly. Yep. We'll do one more day of gifting, then we're just gonna go back to chickens. And then we'll have some more, we'll be triggering hard events real soon. As you guys probably have noticed, I haven't fed or pet or done anything with my chicken in like 2 weeks in game. And he'll be perfectly fine. He's a trooper for sure. I probably just stuttered pretty hard there. It's a shame though. Rip. But yeah, there's no picking up of your animals in this, just talking to them. Also, if you notice, we don't have a dog or a horse. Horse we don't get because we skip the dialogue for that. Dog we actually don't get because you have to buy the dog in this one. You can actually buy a number of pets between dog, cat, capybara, penguin. And there's different designs for all of them. There's like 3 different dogs, 3 different cats, stuff like that. But to be able to buy those, you actually have to gift the Harvest Goddess a set number of times for Van to appear, and then one day of the month he will come and sell pets at Rose Square. And depending on what month you're in is what kind of pets he sells. We're pretty much the worst farmers ever. Sold the crops that were given to us and now neglected chicken. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you can also ring the bell and your chicken will feed outside in winter in this one still. Pretty crazy. Don't have to place rock fences or anything like that. Yep, and there's 3 different colors of capybaras you can get. I don't know why I rang that. If you ring the bell when it's raining, they won't come outside. So every single day I don't talk to Rick, there's a 10% chance that he loses 100 affection. I like those odds though. And hopefully next week we'll be doing the all power berries run in this one. Should be pretty quick. Yeah, I definitely plan on buying the English version of this as well. Whenever they announce it, which is weird because the English files are actually included in this game. They're in it. It's just weird they haven't released it yet. Hi there, koala penguin. We're just out here collecting eggs. We're gonna blast through all the hard events at once. So how they did hard events is they shift them all down one color. So instead of like a black, a purple, a blue, and a yellow hard event, there are 2 black hard events, a purple, a blue, a yellow, and an orange now. Really, we should just skip today, let's be honest. Alright, so that's the end of summer. Now we can start messing around. It's still raining. It just means we're gonna be short an egg. Nope. He's asking there if we want to sing in the festival they have tomorrow, or if we want to participate. How it's not harsh and loud. Yeah, everything in this game is super cute. I love it. I just wish there was like a couple downsides, like there's no music in the mine. Oh, that's not a big deal though. They added holes to the mines in this one, so it's mining is significantly faster. And overall, just everything in this game is just faster, which is nice. Loading screens. Sleeping in OG Friends of Mineral Town takes like 8 seconds. It takes like a second in this one. We're gonna try to trigger a ton of hard events back to back to back today. This is the Switch Friends of Mineral Town remake. Just released for Japanese right now. Hopefully it'll be English pretty soon though. Let's just drop that as well. Another thing that was a little bit different when routing this game is that like bluegrass and everything, those don't spawn like bamboo shoots. Those don't spawn in the same spot every single day, and they don't even spawn sometimes every single day. There's a chance that they don't even spawn, and they can spawn pretty randomly. So it makes routing a little weird. Like for this one, bluegrass, I just chop weeds on my farm instead, and that has like a 10% chance to drop bluegrass. Alright, let's trigger some events. This event's pretty great because it gives us a spa boiled egg. Which just happens to be his favorite item. Sometimes there's a weird interaction between this one and Blackheart Event 2, and you can't trigger them back to back. Like you can't now. I don't know why that happens. But it just does. Something about triggering the first one prevents the second one from triggering, and it's like the only event in this game that does that. Normally you can trigger them all back to back. There's a flat screen TV in this one as well. So we bought the large bed there. Now if you've run OG Friends of Mineral Town or played OG Friends of Mineral Town, you'll know that normally you have to watch the TV shopping network and do all of this other convoluted stuff to get the large bed. However, in this one, once you get the second house upgrade, you can just buy it from GOTS. You don't even need any of the kitchen utensils, nothing. And now we're kind of just going to power through these eggs and then hopefully trigger all the events after. So Mayor Thomas, he's coming to my house to tell me that my mailbox is full. What we really need here is a nice sunny day to trigger all of Rick's heart events. So I can kind of gauge where he is. Because we're still missing like 15k, something crazy like that, affection from events. So that's Blue Heart. So that means he is at 20k affection points. In this game, to marry someone, you need them at 60k. Which sounds like a lot, but like each of these eggs gives like 1,000, and doing heart events gives 3,000 each, so it's not terrible. No music during the rain, just like in Friends of Mineral Town. Oh, we're getting a lot of rain. I'm glad I did not choose this week to feed my chicken. Or to get eggs, rather. I'm trying to figure out what festival today is, but I don't remember. And it's back to raining immediately. Thankfully in this run, it's not super detrimental like it would be in other runs. Like this much rain in like Anne's run would be pretty brutal. Yeah. I'm sorry, this run hasn't hit a lot of hard events yet. It will very soon, though. We can probably hit a ton of them today. World record for this run is 118.18. And honestly, we're on very good pace. We'll just wait around until 9 now. Actually, we're gonna wait and run until 11. We're coming up on the dating mechanic though, and I'll show you guys how that all works in this one. I believe dating is also in one of the other Story of Seasons games. I'm not sure which one though. Definitely not in any of the Harvest Moons though. It's in Trio of Towns. Awesome. That's cool. Oh, also, if you're familiar with Harvest Moon in general, normally you can litter. Can't litter anymore. Super nice. Because accidentally littering in a speedrun is brutal. Everybody in the town loses affection. It's just not good all around. They might have. I'm not 100% sure on those. Interesting. Does not seem to want to trigger. Would it really be a marathon run though if it did? That's super weird. We're getting pretty close on the egg limit we need, though. Not too many more. I believe that one's the Fluff Festival. In addition to adding new pets to this game, they also added new livestock. You can get alpacas and bunnies for your chicken coop and alpacas for the barn. Let's get an egg today anyway. I'm on seedling mode because it allows you to sell the turnips in the beginning, and it allows you to sell brooches from the horse race for a lot more money. It makes the speed run significantly faster. Yeah, they're adorable. We're kind of cutting this close with triggering events. We're gonna see how that goes, how this goes. As a demo was saying, 90% of this is routing. I like to think 10% of this is routing on the fly. maybe like 30%, 70% pre-routing, 30% routing on the fly. Like the Blackheart event for some reason isn't triggering. Blackheart 2 isn't, which is just bizarre, but. Tomorrow's Rick's birthday, so tomorrow we'll be doing all our eggs and stuff again. Yep, you just have to be ready to adapt. At any given time, the run can change. Like it rained today, and that's really not helpful. I mean, I can still see Rick. Actually, we're not going to do all our eggs today because I forgot his birthday falls on a Tuesday, and it makes it really awkward because the Jeff's store is closed on Tuesdays. For some reason. I don't know why he likes to take Tuesdays and Sundays off. This actually happened in World Record as well. I really needed it to be sunny today. It's okay. This'll work. Everything will be alright. That should be the last of the chicken eggs. We shouldn't have to do it any longer. Yeah, this run's gonna have some heavy adapting coming in hot right here. Normally, I would have triggered like 4 events yesterday. However, it looks like we just gotta trigger a bunch of them today. Alright, so this one should trigger today. Let's wait for Rick to get back. Thank you. That's the event where Rick asks you how many days it takes for a chicken egg to hatch. Did I give him an egg today? Okay. It's being weird with his events again. Rip. Jennifer's events, Potpourri's events, they're all pretty set in stone, but for some reason, Rick's events just like to not work when you need them to. So this is a triggering for the event called Orange Venus, and this is what gives us the dating item in the game. We present the Orange Venus to whoever we want to date. You can actually date all of the bachelors and bachelorettes at the same time. There's actually an achievement in game for it. The requirements are that you have seen their first 4 heart events and they're at green heart. Yeah, so essentially they're looking for this flower that that stopped growing in this town years ago. And the sprites help it regrow again. And then we present it to them and they're like, how did you find this? We've been looking for years. And we actually won't get the item to propose dating for another 3 days. There's a 3-day gap in between. However, we can get some of the other events out of the way. Like, Basil gives us seeds for those flowers. And this event only happens in fall if we've seen Orange Venus beforehand. And yeah. Let's trigger... Oh, it's a festival today. That's a shame. Okay. So we had some pretty bad rain days. So the run's a little weird now. Probably won't be a world record. This is called Thomas's Request, which if you ever want to get into a speedrun for Harvest Moon, Thomas's Request, pretty easy one to start with. We do a myth category of Thomas's Request where you pretty much sleep until winter 2 and then give him the item he wants. We're gonna save Scum for Sunny Tuesday. This is my punishment for having perfect horse RNG. The game's gonna give me terrible weather RNG. Okay, cool. Sunny Tuesday. It's gonna make things a lot easier. We can trigger the purple heart event than the blue heart event. He's already at yellow heart. We're kind of blasting through. Alright, today we're going to be triggering some events. So we're going to wait around outside his house until 11. And then we're going to trigger purple heart, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, trigger blue heart. The events are giving me a really tough time today, though, for some reason. Yesterday when I did my practice run, they worked fine. It just seemed like something must have happened. I think the issue is, so the Japanese guidebook for this game has a ton of information. However, some of it is, as with all Harvest Moon information online or anywhere you find it, slightly wrong. And I'm starting to think what I didn't catch before is that Blackheart 2 can't be triggered on Fridays for some odd reason. Take a look at their affections real quick. Yep, they're really high, way higher than we need them. Great. We're gonna eat these chocolates in front of our house. We no longer require them. A lot of events in this game are dependent on weather. Very few are dependent on season, but Potpourri has some. Her first event can only be done in spring. Same thing, I think Mary's, only one of Mary's events can be done in spring. Right. Sometimes, she is in here and cancels events, like prevents events from happening. Hopefully she leaves at noon. I don't really know when. It's unfortunate. Doesn't look like it. She'll probably leave at 1 when Rick leaves as well, so we can't trigger the events today either. It's gonna snow tomorrow. That's alright though, we're still gonna make it under time and I'll be able to show you guys some glitches. We need a save scum for a sunny Friday. I don't really have any other choices. Okay. Work. I mean, hopefully. And thankfully, when I'm doing Jennifer's run later today, it'll be a lot more consistent. There's not a lot of variables in Jennifer's run that will do stuff like this. There's also a different type of cows in this one. There are strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla cows in addition to the original cow, and they all produce milk of that kind. That's gonna give us the orange Venus, which I can use to date Rick now. Those are bells on their tails. Yeah, and like they all have different colored bells too. Like the strawberry cow has a bell that looks just like a strawberry. That was terrifying. It's where Rick gives you his father's watch. Alright, now comes the long wait of the run, where we have to wait outside the inn until 8:40 or 8:20. This is the event where we all hang out at the inn, drink and whatnot, and then Rick walks us home. I would say we're probably 10-15 out. It depends how these events go. There's no audio? The audio is working on my end, it would seem. Oh, he's got no audio. Gotcha. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. You can actually, ride it outside of the town in this one, which is super nice. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with the horse in this one. I'll actually, hopefully if I have a couple minutes after this run, I can show you guys some crazy stuff you can do with the horse. Sorry about that. We caused a major panic there in the chat about audio. We're all good though. We're just waiting around for Rick's art event, which will be at 8:20 p.m. at the end. Almost there, almost there. We're just waiting for Rick to come now. You should almost be here. All right. Yeah, so this event we kind of hang out, and he walks you home after. This event's actually different if you're a boy or a girl. So the girl, he walks you all the way home, but if you're a boy, he only walks you halfway. Pretty much now we just need a sunny day and we should be good. So we just asked Rick to date us. He said yes. We need a sunny day that's not Sunday. That'll do. That's Juan trying to sell us the vase. He sells you a vase for like 5,000 gold. And it lets you put flowers in it. That's about it. That's about the extent of that. This is another poultry farm trigger. So this will be at 11 a.m. The flowers make you wake up with more stamina. I believe they do in the original, or they boost your fatigue. Your stamina is at a cap though, I believe still. But if you go to sleep and your fatigue is lower, it helps increase boost, or it helps boost it. But yeah, hopefully this ends relatively soon. So I don't know if I'll have time for a cool little glitch exhibition. Probably like 3 to 5 minutes. We'll see how this goes, though. We should be rounding out. We should be really close. Please don't go in there. I really need you to not be in there. I can't believe that worked, to be honest with you. Alright, cool. It'll fit in the schedule. You guys just witnessed a new strat being found before our very eyes. We come outside to show us some chickens, and then we're super cute, and then we get embarrassed because Potpourri and his mom come, and yeah. Rip, we can't trigger it back to back. So a lot of times you can trigger the hard events back to back to back. Now we're just gonna sleep until sun. Perfect. Potpourri's mom. We'll be able to trigger one of the weirdest triggers in the game. How this event triggers is just bizarre compared to all of the rest of them, but you'll see it at 11. Yeah, so how most events trigger are you trigger them by going into their house or going into an area where they already are, where their schedule normally meets. However, this event triggers, well, for one, we need to have 6 hearts affection with both Potpourri and their mom, which we do. We need to have at least 6 notes, and it triggers inside your house, which is just super bizarre. It doesn't trigger upon leaving your house either, like Potpourri's used to, or Potpourri's does, or like a lot of the other events in the game trigger when you leave your house. This one triggers upon entering your house. It's bizarre. All right, let's do it. Like, it's pretty neat. Pretty interesting. These are all new events too. The first 4 that we saw have always been in original Friends of Mineral Town, but these last 2 we've done are brand new, and each character has 2 brand new ones. You should be really, really close to Red Heart. So we're gonna go buy the blue feather now so we can propose as soon as he hits Red Heart. which should be after this egg. Seeming how this run has been really weird lately, I probably hit some I probably hit some 10% affection losses, or 10% chance. So we're gonna hope I only have to give him 1 or 2 more eggs. Today is like the chocolate festival. And like if I give him chocolate, it's bonus affection, but I really don't want to risk it not working. All right. You should be at affection level today. We might be short an egg. Maybe. Why do I have 2 beds? Because for some reason this game and the original decided that instead of when you buy the big bed giving you the big bed, it just puts it to the right of your small bed. It's not terrible though, because your child sleeps there after marriage. But it's really weird for a while. One is to build a fort with. Exactly. Alright, so that was us proposing. Now we just sleep until our wedding. And we're here. Whole town's here. And that's time. It's a pretty good run. It's only 6 minutes off world record. Get a bunch of cute stuff at the end here. Even the Pope is here. Even the Pope. But yeah, so that's the end of that run. I'll be doing another one later today as well. In about 4 hours from everyone. Or for everyone.